represent things that, again, they can't be expressed in any other way than the words that you now have. So naturally, it's going to raise your intelligence just a little bit. So the more that you understand and know, the more IQ you're going to have. So it increases your thinking, because now you've introduced into your brain something new to consider. And now you've got to say, how am I going to use this? This new line of thinking, what am I going to do with it? It's there to benefit you, not harm you. It's there to make you stretch just a little bit more. It's there to bring you just a little bit on the outside of your comfort zone, which is healthy. It is healthy. Being a hermit inside your own mind is dangerous. Your mental thoughts that you have now are encapsulated. And if you don't break out of that and experience new ideas, or even consider new ideas, you don't have to take everything and run with it, but you can consider it. And once you start to consider new ideas, and once you start to consider new concepts, you become able to break out of that line of thinking that is holding you back. You begin to break out of your old patterns, your old modus operandi. You become enabled. You become the person that you want to be, the things that you want to have and do. You're more easily able to obtain those things because you've made the stretches in your life. You've introduced new ideas in your life via stretching on ideas and accumulating a higher amount of vocabulary. And you've introduced yourself to people that have like minds that can introduce you to new ideas, new concepts, new ways of thinking. You're able to do these things because you've taken the time to take stock of who you are. You've written things down. You put them on paper. You jot down the ideas and thoughts that you have, like we've talked about in the past. You're able to accumulate those things and put them in order to where it makes sense. Oh, now I see why I had that thought. Now I see why I had that thought last week. And look here, I see that this random thought that I had meant nothing to me at the time. Now I start to see how that is applicable in my life. So you can do the things that you want to do. You just have to take the time. If you're lazy and you're looking for someone to turn the switch on in you, it's not going to happen. There is no switch other than the little microcosm switches that you can turn on daily, those little things that add up to a big switch, because that switch occurred over time. It didn't just happen in a flash. And don't wait on it. Don't wait on it. One of my favorite quotes, the great late comedian Jonathan Winters said, "I couldn't wait around for success. I just went ahead without it." I thought that was great. Don't wait for something to happen. Go get it. Just do it. Act like you're meant for this. In your mind, convince your mind that you are meant for it. Whatever it is that you want, you have to train your brain. That's who you are. Get rid of the pretender syndrome. I'm going to pretend that I'm this way, but I know I'm not. In my dark subconscious, I'm not really that person, but I'm going to try to fool others. You're fooling yourself. Be the person. Admit that you don't know everything about what it is that you want to be, and learn. People will help you if you ask for help. But if you're the expert, people back off. They don't want to help an expert. The expert knows everything. Why am I going to help you? So learn how to ask for help. Learn how to be humble. It is a great and wonderful life that we're afforded. No matter what your circumstances is, there's always somebody with a worst case scenario. And God bless them that they can listen to this podcast and maybe get a handle on things. Or you can share this podcast and allow them to help get a handle on their life and with the understandings and the things that we talk about here on the Fast Lane podcast for success. I want you to share that with people. I want you to share this podcast with people. I want you to send me information and ideas, questions to Derek at fastlanepodcast.com, Derek at fastlanepodcast.com. consider the things that we've talked about today. Consider this monologue. Refer to it often, because I think there are some things here. Again, I'm not giving you anything that blows that switch open and it goes, aha, but I've given you things to consider and think about today that you can refer to time and time again until you get it. There's a lot of times when I have in my life listened to one of my favorite authors, read the books, listened to the tapes, whatever it is, and you hear it and you go, oh, okay, and then you play it again and you go, wow, I get that. Now I see what he's saying. Now I understand what I just heard. And you can play it a third time, a fourth time, and a fifth time, and I guarantee it, every time that you hear it, you're going to pick up something different. Because the thing that you most concentrated on the first time, now you got, and you really didn't pay attention to the other things. And now the second time, you picked up on the second thing, all right, and you went with that. And the third time, you may pick up on the third thing, whatever it is you may be. But you will always be able to help yourself by listening to the people out there that have great ideas and help propel you in your life. And that's, again, why we do the podcast for success, the Fast Lane. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure, and I appreciate so much your listenership. And we're going to do this again next week and have so much fun doing it. And God bless you. Have a great and wonderful rest of your week.